channel. So we have a BMW here, 335D, and it is due a service. So that's what this video is. I'm going to carry out a service on this with got oil filter, air filter, cabin filter, a fuel filter, and some oil. So that's what's going into there. So we need to get under the bonnet, and this is the engine. This is the bit we need to service. And the first thing I'm going to do is drain the oil. And it is quite far underneath the vehicle, but BMW has handily put a little piss flap here so we can get to the oil drain. And it can actually just be taken off to give you better access. And these engines do in fact hold quite a lot of oil, and it's not all going to fit into there. So as I'm draining it, I'm going to have to stop, put the plug back in, empty it, and then do it again. So I'm going to take some of it out first using this method. And while that is removing some of the oil, I might as well take the oil filter out, which is a 32mm, and it should just undo. Yes. And then pull out, and then we can put it into there without spilling any. And so now we've got a new filter which needs to go in its place. So the new filter is that, and also in there we also have a new O-ring and a copper dick washer for the sump. So the O-ring needs to go on there. The filter itself we can just pull off, which I might need two hands to pull it. I'm probably going to need two hands for this, and I haven't got my tripod as ever when I'm trying to do something like this. Yes. Anyway, once you have a new O-ring fitted and the old filter removed, you can just push the new filter onto the housing and it should click on something like that. And then we can put this where it came from, which is back in here. Not forgetting to torque it up to exactly 25 Newton meters. Click. And this now has probably drained about half the oil out of it, so the oil what's left in it should fit in there. So now I'm going to drain the rest of the oil, which is a 17mm. Yes. Yes. And whilst that is draining, we can swap for a new copper dick washer. So we're ready to put that back in. And with that completed in draining the old oil, we can now put this back in. Not forgetting to torque up to the correct manufacturer preset designated torque setting. Click. And then of course we can refit that onto there, and I need to turn this around to hold it onto there. I mean, you can use a big screwdriver for this, but you can probably just do it with your fingers. Better. Nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. And now we're done down there for now. It is time to install some new oil, and this is what I'm putting in. Yes. So that goes in here, which we need to remove that. And then I need to pour that into there. This should be fun because it's windy. Yes. As you can see, it all went in. And so now we have installed about 6.5 litres, I'd say. It should be enough to show on here, which it is. I don't know if you can see that, but it's about halfway up. So that is enough to start the vehicle. And while it's running, we'll just give it a quick eyeball in this area in particular to make sure that we haven't got any oil pissing out anywhere, which it appears we don't have. So we can turn it off. And of course, after running it, we still need to top the oil up. But whilst the oil is draining back into the sump, so we get the right level, we might as well carry on and do some other bits. So this is the air filter, which should just be as simple as unhooking them, lifting this up. Yes, it seems to be full of tree. Yes. Yes. So all of that tree could do with being removed. And you could just vacuum it out, but I don't have a vacuum, so it's probably going to be easier to take the airbox out and tip it upside down. And that should be as easy as removing this 10mm here, this other 10mm here, and then pull this pipe out of here, which has got some little tabs which need pushing in And then it should just pull out, which it's not doing that easily. Fuck it, it comes out of this bit easier by the look of it. You can take all this off, but I'm hoping I can feed it underneath there. Yes. And so now that is sparkling and clean. I pulled that pipe off it once I got it off because it'll be easy to put back in. But before you put it back in, you need to make sure that like your little Johnny thing it sits on's in place and stuff like that. I need to feed that back under there, which I might need the use of both hands to do, but we can try. Yes. And now that is all back in place, the screws are back in. I need to put this back in, which should go back in easier than it come out, I'm hoping. Just got to manipulate that into place. Yes, it definitely wasn't any easier to put in than it was to get out actually. But now we can put our filter in, which should just drop in. Something like that. And then this, we need to put that bit back into there, and then we can just push it down, and then put these clips back on. And then that is the hair filter changed. And then under here next, we've got to do the cabin filter, which is under this panel, which has got various 8mm. That's a 7, yes. But using the correct socket, they are very forthcoming. This here, you got to be careful because these snap off very easy, as you can see, and these strip very easy. But BMW actually do supply new bolts for them, new self tappers, which are a bigger thread, because I think it's a common issue. Yes. And so, as you can see, this has got some leaves and shit all over it. So down here, these are drain holes. This is like a little filter, or a little, just a little grate that you can take out to stop it from getting blocked up. Because if it gets blocked up, then it'll probably all the water will end up inside the car, which you probably don't want. Better. And so now we've got rid of half a tree that was in there, we can change this filter, which is just a case of carefully releasing these clips, which I'm trying to do without scratching the top of it on the floor, and then lifting it out, as you can see. It's not lifting out. It needed more vigorous liberation. So let's get rid of all that crap out of there. And then this one, this should just go in the same way. So the back of it's got little pins there which go underneath that lip. So put it at this sort of angle like that, and then just push it in. Yes. Yeah. And then that's in there, and we can put this back on there. And then carefully reinstall them screws. You have got to do that carefully because they can strip. And then when you've done all that, you can top up the oil to the desired level, which I've done mine, so it's like near the top but not quite at the top, because this car does have a DPF. So as I've said in other videos, when you've got a DPF, you don't want to fill your oil right to the top, because when they're doing regens, they put a little bit of diesel into the summit sometimes, which will bring your oil level up. So yeah, I put it near the top but not at the top. Anyway, under here, I think we're done. And now we need to replace this, which is a fuel filter, which means we need to go under here. Now, as you can see, I have done the utmost in safety precautions so that if the jack does fail, it shouldn't kill me, it should just maim me. Anyway, I've done a video showing this in the past, doing the fuel filter on one of these, but fuck it, let's just do it again. And once we are under here, we can see that we have got this big plastic under tray which needs taking off, and it has got various 8mm bolts all the way around it. So I need to take all them out and then pull this off, which I'm just going to do off camera because it's easier. And with all those removed, this will drop down. Now to take it off completely, you've got like that, which you've got to twist it and then drop it down off like that. I wasn't actually going to do that, but it makes it easier. So this here is the fuel filter, which we can see better if we go around this side. So to remove it, we have got this pipe going there, and that is a 5mm Jubilee clip, nice and simple, which I'm just going to leave loose like that. And then on the other end, I've got this clip which connects it to the fuel heater. So that should just pull out nice and gently like that. And then we have got a 13mm bolt there holding it to the car. But before taking that off, I am going to pull this off, which should just twist and pull a little bit, nice and genitally. And diesel is going to drop out, so make sure you put something underneath it. Yes. At 20 quid of the fuel there, probably. And then I'm going to remove this bolt. Yes. And now we can make our way back round this side to pull that off there, which more fuel is going to drop out of. Well, it might not do actually, but it probably will. Yes. And so now with that removed, I need to put that clamp onto that filter, and there is a rubber band where it goes, so just make sure you put it the right sexual orientation. So that needs to go on there. Something like that. In fact, the observant of you might have realised that that is actually a different filter, because I had the wrong filter. It was a male and I needed a female filter. So now I've got the right filter, and now I can place it back on the motor vehicle. And first, I'll just push that onto there, and then at this end, I need to put that into there. And then when that has been carefully pushed all the way in, we can put the clip back in, which just pushes in very, very easily like this. Yes. There we go. And now we're ready to bolt it all back into place. Something like that. So that's all tightened up. I've tightened that Jubilee clip up as well, and I've made sure that pipe is pushed back into the fixings. So we are ready to put that shitter back on, which I'm just going to do off camera. Yes. So that is all now refitted, and all the screws are back in. And everything is now back together, but we're not finished, because first, well, we need to plug this in, because we need to bleed the fuel system. So if I click on that and then press continue, then we can hear the fuel pump running. And it's going to do this for quite a while, probably about 2 minutes or so. And at this point, you can just make sure that all your expensive diesel isn't pissing out onto the floor. And now that seems to have finished doing that, which took way longer than I expected. It's now telling me to start the car and run it at idle speed. Which we are now doing. Yes. I mean, you can do this bit just by driving it. In fact, when you change the fuel filter on these, on the older ones, you can just flick the key and not start the car, and do that a few times, and then they'll bleed anyway. On these, they're a bit more of a dick because you've got that silly button to do it with. But with a bit of perseverance, you would be able to do it. Anyway, now we are complete. And we can reset the service light as required. I mean, this car actually, it's always had regular oil changes. If nothing else, it's always had regular oil changes, but the service light hasn't always been reset when that's been done. But it's not done hardly any miles anyway, to be honest with you. I did the front brakes recently, which I didn't reset the service light on that. So let's reset the front brakes one. Yes. Yes. That noise as a BMW owner will give you PTSD. And so now there, I've reset all the things that I've actually done. I've not reset the brake fluid because I've not done that yet. I will do that at some point though. So now, hopefully, every time I start the car, it won't be telling me that it needs a service in 2024. Anyway, I think that's all for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, lose your shit, and I'll see you next time.